So welcome back to the channel, guys, in another chess video. And I'm back again with a new video. And as you might have guessed from the title, I tried the Grunfeld defense for the first time, and I had a pretty good result with it, and I won that game. And as you can see, the topmost game on the screen with my accuracy of 90.6, that is the Grunfeld game I'm going to cover in this video. And yeah, so
you found a tactic to grow your lead into a win. Nice eye.
Thanks, Levy. So without any further ado, let's begin. Anyway, so opponent opened up with the move c4, and this is the English opening, and this was initially the English opening, which then transposed into the Grunfeld. And I played knight f6. Knight c3 is on the board, which I think is the Rh4 English now. This is the Rh4 English, I guess. And now I played g6. d4 is on the board, and now I striked in the center with d5. And now this is the Grunfeld. C takes d5, knight takes d5, all the standard theory. e4, and here you capture the knight. Knight takes c3, b takes c3, and in this opening you just give white a big fat center, and then attack the center with pieces, especially your dark squared bishop, especially with moves like c5, queen a5, knight c6, stuff like that. So I played bishop g7. Knight to f3 is on the board, and now I striked in the center with c5. I challenged the center with c5. Bishop c4, and now I played knight to c6. Bishop to e3 is on the board, giving further support to the center. And now I played queen a5, which was not the best move in this position. It's deemed as an inaccuracy. Queen a5 is a Grunfeld move, but you just don't memorize moves. That's what I did and made an inaccuracy. You have to play according to the needs of the position. Queen a5 was not needed. I should have simply castled in this position. But anyway, queen d2 is on the board, which was a mistake. And the computer is saying that white should have also castled. So c takes d4 is on the board. C takes d4, and now we traded the queens. And now I played bishop g4. And the opponent played e5. So my idea behind bishop g4 was that if white doesn't do anything, then I will simply take the knight and damage his structure. So I even though will lose the bishop pair, but I will also damage my opponent's pawn structures. So I played bishop takes f3, which was a big miss. And in this position I had to find the move rook to d8. I had to go rook to d8, and which would have put pressure on the d4 pawn. And not only would I have been putting pressure on the d4 pawn, but I would have also been threatening knight takes e5, because then d4 would have been pinned. But anyway, after bishop takes f3, we had g takes f3. Now I simply castled in this position. King to e2 is on the board, and now I made a mistake with knight a5, and it's a big mistake. Like, it's already plus 0.98 for white, plus 1. So that's how big of a mistake it was. Bishop to d3 is on the board, the best move. And now I played e6. h4 is on the board, and now I played rook f2 d8, putting pressure on d4 pawn, which is a backwards pawn as well. h5 is on the board, and now I played knight to c6, double attacking the d4 pawn. Rook to h4 defense, and now I went knight to b4. And even I don't know why I went knight to b4 in the first place, but I did. Opponent played bishop to e4, and now I played a knight to d5, which is another mistake. And this is a mistake so big that the advantage for white shot up to plus 1.16. And now opponent played bishop to c2, which is a miss. And the opponent had to find bishop to g5 in this position. And now I played rook to a to c8, the best move in the position, gaining tempo over the bishop. Bishop to b3 is on the board, and now I played a6, when actually I had to reroute my knight to e7. I had to play knight to e7, and the opponent made a mistake. They played h6, and I played bishop f8. Although computer considers giving check with the knight first and then moving the bishop a better choice. Anyway, bishop to g5 is on the board, but in this position bishop to g5 is not quite great, and minus 1.2. So now advantage shoots up to black, because here I have bishop to e7, the only good move. Bishop takes, and knight takes e7. And in this position I was thinking of bishop takes this knight. Well, I will show the variation at the end of this video. So bishop takes, the knight takes e7, and king to d3, which is an even bigger mistake, because now I have knight to f5. I am attacking h6, I am attacking rook on h4, I am attacking b4 with the knight and with the rook. So I am going to win at least one of the pawns, which is what happened. Rook to e4 and h6 fell. Rook to h1 and knight to f5, just putting pressure on the backwards d4 pawn. Rook to d1 is on the board, and now I played b5. Rook to d2, and now I played a5, just expanding on the queen side. Rook to c2 is on the board. Rook takes c2, bishop takes c2, and rook to c8, taking control of the only open file on the board. King to d2, but it's too little too late, as it's already minus 3.8 for black now. Rook to c4 is on the board. King to d3 and a4, preventing bishop b3. Rook f4 is on the board, and now I pushed h5, and believe it or not guys, the h pawn is unstoppable. Well, it's unstoppable as long as you do not, as white does not play e4, but then too black is winning, because at some point white will have to go to e1, and then d4 will fall. But anyway, rook to e4 is on the board, and now I pushed h4. Rook g4, and now I simply pushed h3. d5, e takes d5. Rook, we traded the rooks, but it's too little too late, because after king c3 I just pushed h2, and there's no way to stop promotion. Then bishop takes f5 was played, but to no avail, as I simply played g takes f5, and after king d4, h1 equal queen. And white should have resigned in this position, but he didn't. He played until they played until checkmate. Pardon. I want it to be gender neutral. Queen takes f3 with a check. King takes c4. King takes f2. Queen takes f2, pardon. a3 and now queen b2. King d5. Another pawn falls off the board. e6. F takes e6 check. King takes e6 and queen c5. And there are million different ways to win. I can promote into 2 more queens. I can promote only one of the pawns into a queen. That's another way. Or I don't need to promote any of the pawns and just checkmate with the king and the queen. And that's what I did. King f6, king f8, king g6 is and I replied king g6 with f4, king f6, queen d5, king g6, queen e5, king h6, king f7, and I hit the final nail in the coffin with queen to g7, check and mate. So that was it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show the line. So let me show the line first. Let us go back to this. Now here, if white had played bishop takes on d5, it would have been a bigger mistake, but because simply bishop takes on g5, and now I am attacking h6. I am attacking the white rook, and in this position, if white had played bishop takes on b7, then it would have been even bigger mistake, because white would have lost their rook for free, and I would have got the bishop back for the rook. So let's look at if white had moved their rook all the way to h1, then I would have simply grabbed the bishop and would have been up piece and a couple of pawns, which would have been more than winning. So after rook takes d5, bishop takes e5, it was important to play rook to g4, and computer is considering advising me to play rook to c7, rook to c2 check. After king moves, only to then involve the bishop into the game with bishop to d2 check, not even touching the h6 pawn. That's how crazy computers are. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.